Well, I am live. Um, Thank you to anyone whoever's watching. Um, just a second here. Just gonna share the link on my Facebook here quick. Assuming I can find out how to do that. There we go. Mm. All right, I am shared on my Facebook. Uh, uh, Also, if you come across this live stream, please try to share it on your social media. Get a few people watching. This hat's really fucking bothering me. Anyway, before I get started in the video or in the stream, I do want to um, I do want to say that this video or this stream is actually kind of brought to you by a company called Gilbert's Video Productions. It's it's a video company that's local for me. Um, so the only downside would be that they don't really come out uh, unless it's a wedding. Even then, I'm not sure if um, like how big the range of how far he's willing to go for weddings. But Gilbert's Video Productions provides a lot of services, or a lot of like video services, as the name kind of suggests, for things like after parties, artist interviews, boat shows, uh, family pictures, green screen stuff, um, modeling pictures, modeling videos, music videos, pregnancy pictures, wedding videos, boat show and after party combo, and sex videos. Prices range from $65 up to $500, depending on what service you want. Uh, Let me know. Um, you contact them through the Facebook page, um, and just let me know if you guys are interested. I'll try to remember to include a link to the Facebook page when this video goes public. But if you guys want to check it out during the live stream here, let me know. I'll send you a link to his Facebook page so you guys can check it out. Um, Having said that, welcome to the video, or welcome to the stream. I've got a few different topics that I kind of want to talk about. I've kind of got it planned out, but not really. All I've got is just a list of topics. I haven't really planned out what I'm going to say. It's stuff ranging from the season premiere of Star Trek Voyager and the first season of this Teen Titans TV show. Uh, Ranging from that to um, presidential elections and a couple other topics. One of which I find really interesting, just based off of the title. So, I'm going to start talking again. If you're able, please share the stream. Have more people join. Have more people leave comments and let me know what you guys want me to talk about. I do want to hear from you guys. So, anyway, moving on. First topic I want to talk about is the pilot episode for Star Trek Voyager, which many of the people I've spoken to say that it is one of the, like, this series for Voyager as a whole is one of their many people's least favorites, or really low ranked Star Trek seasons or series. The pilot episode is called Caretaker. It's a first broadcast on UPN back when Paramount's, I don't know if they still have a TV channel that they do on, whatever the normal TV stations are, but the Caretaker episode is the pilot episode. It's a double-length episode that was originally aired as one episode, but it was split into two parts for syndication. It was a follow-up for Star Trek Next Generation, which I've seen all of, and Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which I haven't seen any of. And those two series for Star Trek are some of people's favorite seasons or series. Anyway, basically, it is about an hour and a half long. The ship Voyager winds up chasing after a Maquis ship, and they get drugged over into the other side of the Delta Quadrant, along with the Maquis ship. And according to the show, it would have taken them 70 plus years to get home. A lot of the people died in that episode that were important to the ship, but they picked up a lot of the Maquis ship people along the way. So, and then they pick up a few other people from the Delta Quadrant too. So, basically, they get drug over there. The ship gets drug over into the Delta Quadrant by somebody called the Caretaker, who reveals that he was part of an ancient alien race whose technology accidentally destroyed the planet's atmosphere for one of the species out there. And the caretaker is basically trying to find a mate so he can repopulate, and they drug the ships over. Of course, the caretaker goes boom and explodes, and they're stuck there. The Voyager crew is stuck there. So overall, I'd have to say Caretaker episode is one of the better episodes of the series. Definitely one of the best episodes of the first season of Voyager. But it's definitely the only other thing I have to compare to is Next Generation for Star Trek. So a couple of the movies, and that's it. And I would have to say the movies, the few episodes of the original series and Next Gen are, in my opinion, a lot better. Now, I had somebody on my Facebook page message me, ask me who I am voting for in the 2020 elections. Although I normally don't talk about this kind of stuff in the videos. Basically, the U.S. presidential election that's happening in 2020. It's going to be, it says here, the 59th quadrennial U.S. presidential election. President Trump is going to be running, I'm assuming, with Mike Pence as his VP for the second term. Let's see here. What else does it say? It says here. Let's see here. It says here at least 35 of the 100 seats in the Senate will be up for election as well. And all seats of the Senate Class 2 will be up for election. The winners of these elections will serve 6-year terms. Additionally, Arizona and Georgia will hold special elections to fill Class 3 Senate vacancies. The winners of the Class 3 Senate elections will serve 2-year terms. So let me know who you're voting for. I'm going to kind of go over a few of the people that are possibly running. It says here there are currently 17 people running for the 2020 Democratic nomination, and President Trump has picked up a few Republican challengers. So for the Democrats, there's Michael Bennet, senator from Colorado. It says here, moderate Democrat, known for seeking compromise. Best known for being part of the so-called Gang of Eight, a bipartisan group that crafted a comprehensive immigration reform bill in 2013. And he's called for modernizing the economy in fields like artificial intelligence and for increasing infrastructure spending. Joe Biden, he's a former vice president under Obama. He's already run for president twice before, according to the New York Times. And according to the New York Times, he's known for his down-to-earth personality and his ability to connect with working-class voters. He thinks the 2020 election is his last chance for running for president. So he may or may not be running, assuming he doesn't get the presidency, which, anything can happen there, basically. But if he does not get the presidency, I doubt he's going to run again. Known for restoring Biden is known for restoring, according to the Times, he's known for restoring America's standing on the global stage, strengthening economic protections for low-income workers in industries like manufacturing and fast food. Then there's Cory Booker, New Jersey senator and former mayor of Newark, New Jersey. According to the New York Times, he's one of the most gifted orators in the field, running on a politics of uplift that recalls Obama's 2008 campaign. Enjoys a vast fundraising base thanks to long-standing connections due to donors around the country. And according to the New York Times, he's been one of the leaders in the Senate on criminal justice reform and has proposed a government-run savings program called Baby Bonds to curb inequality. All this information that I'm getting right now for all the people is from the Times. Then there's Steve Bullock, Democratic governor of a state that Trump won in 2016. Says here, governor of Montana, former state attorney general. Came out in favor of an assault weapons ban. I'm not sure how to pronounce this guy's last name. I've heard a few people kind of joking around about it. Pete Buttigieg or Buttigieg or whatever his name is. Never actually heard his name pronounced out loud before, so I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But he's the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and a military vet. So I'm going to have to thank him for his service right off the bat. According to the Times, he began to draw national notice after writing an essay that counseled Democrats on how to recover from their defeats in the 2016 elections when Trump was elected. And he's known for having stressed his general identity and focused on issues like climate change. Then there's Julian Castro, former housing secretary and former mayor of San Antonio. It says here he was known for calling to overhaul the immigration system, including decriminalizing border crossings and education policies like universal pre-kindergarten. John Delaney, former congressman from Maryland and former businessman, elected to the House in 2012 as a pragmatic idealist. Has visited every county in Iowa, but that hasn't done much to improve his long shot prospects. And according to the Times, he's pitched himself as a bipartisan problem solver, but has also endorsed liberal causes like universal health care. Then there's Tulsi Gabbard, congressman from Hawaii, Army National Guard vet. Again, anyone who's a vet. I'm going to have to thank for their service. She supported Bernie Sanders in the 2016 primaries, has drawn condemnation for meeting with Syria's president, Bashar al-Assad. I vaguely remember hearing about that, but haven't really heard much about it. It says here, Bashar al-Assad's regime has been accused of using chemical weapons against civilians. Her big issue is the opposition to American military intervention overseas, including in countries like Syria. Here, I'm going to get a drink. I'm not sponsored by Mountain Dew at all yet, but I am willing to take a Mountain Dew sponsorship if they are watching, which I highly doubt. Anyway, Kamala Harris, Senator from California, former Attorney General of California, former San Francisco District Attorney. Next Democrat, one of the few new Democrats to join the Senate after 2016, quickly drew notice for her tough questioning of Trump's cabinet nominees and later his Supreme Court nominee of Brett Kavanaugh, or whatever his name is. It says here she unveiled middle class tax cut legislation in 20. It says last fall. I'm assuming that's 2018, and has championed a liberal civil rights agenda in the Senate. I cannot speak today. Then there's Amy Klobuchar. I've heard quite a bit about her, but not recently. She's a senator from Minnesota. I did actually get to see her once. This was my video on one of my old channels. I'll try and link that. But this is my video from 4/20 last year in 2018. Excuse me. So she's a senator from Minnesota, former Hennepin County, Minnesota attorney. She became a hero to many Democrats, according to the New York Times, for her stern, cool questioning of Brett Kavanaugh during his confirmation hearings. She's called for Democrats to focus on reclaiming the swing states in the middle of the country, pitching herself as a pragmatist who can win there. She has championed legislation according to the opioid crisis and drug addiction, and to address the cost of prescription drugs. Then there's Wayne Messam. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Again, I don't know how to pronounce many of these names, seeing as I haven't really done that much research on them. It says here he's the mayor of Miramar, Florida, former college football champion. Defeated longtime incumbent to become his city's first black mayor. Says he's taken progressive stances on guns, immigration, and environmental issues. First generation American born to Jamaican parents. He is hoping to tap into the Caribbean American community to fuel his long shot bid. And he has proposed canceling the more than $1.5 trillion in student debt owed by 44 million Americans. Then there's Bernie Sanders. Self-described democratic socialist, has brought progressive proposals like Medicare for all and tuition-free public college to the forefront of the race. Was the runner-up of the 2016 Democratic primary. Basically, the only Democrat that beat him out was Hillary. And he's known for the Medicare for all, free college tuition, and curtailing the influence of the billionaires, is what it says. It says here he was the highest ranking military officer ever elected to Congress in 2006. Won a long shot victory in the 2010 Democratic primary for a Senate seat in Pennsylvania. I'm assuming that's when he became congressman. Delayed his presidential campaign announcement to help his daughter fight brain cancer, which I do have a little bit of respect for that. Family issues do come first. And he's known for combating climate change and restoring America's place in the world. Whatever the restoring America's place in the world means, because that is a general term, like super freaking general. Um, Tom Steyer, billionaire former hedge fund executive, climate change and impeachment activist, another Democrat. Basically, he's used to say that he wasn't running. Now he says that he is, according to the Times. Started out as an environmental activist before airing millions of dollars into television ads demanding Trump's impeachment. Flirted repeatedly with running for statewide office in California. He's known for, like I said before, fighting climate change, promoting renewable energy, and wanting to impeach Trump. Then there's Elizabeth Warren, wants to fight income equality and what she sees as a middle class under attack from big corporations. Marianne Williamson has proposed $100 billion in reparations for slavery, with $10 billion to be distributed annually over a decade for economic and education projects. Andrew Yang, former tech executive who founded an economic development nonprofit known for establishing a universal basic income of $1,000 per month for all Americans. Now we're going into the Republicans, starting out with Donald Trump. You may not know a lot about him, but he's the current president, real estate developer, reality TV star. Because you're fired. Signature issues, restricting immigration, building a wall at the Mexican border, renegotiating or canceling internal deals on trade, arms control, and climate change, withdrawing American troops from overseas. Holy crap! It says here he's 73 too. And then there's Mark Sanford, former congressman from South Carolina, former governor of South Carolina, known as a fiscal conservative, will use his presidential campaign to push a national debate about America's mounting debt. Then there's Joe Walsh. I've heard Joe Walsh. I've heard his name pop up every once in a while. Says here he's a conservative radio show host and former congressman from Illinois. William F. Weld, former governor of Massachusetts, former federal. Oh, going back to Joe Walsh. Says here he's known for reducing the national debt, restraining executive power, securing the border, defeating Mr. Trump, who he says can't be trusted. And it says here he staunchly supported Trump in 2016 because he wasn't Hillary Clinton, but has since broken with the president, called Obama a Muslim and a traitor, although he said he later regretted some of those comments. Then going to William F. Weld, another Republican, former governor of Massachusetts, former federal prosecutor. Ran for vice president on the Libertarian Party ticket in 2016. No idea who the Libertarian nominee was in 2016. He's known for favoring fiscal restraint, free trade, and modern immigration reform, and has endorsed steps to legalize marijuana. Now, based off of what I know, which is basically everything I just read, which again isn't much. Amy Klobuchar is the only name, or one of the bigger names that I recognize, in addition to let's see, there's Amy Klobuchar, Bernie Sanders, Joe Walsh, and I can't remember the last person's name. Let's see, I'll go through here quick. Let's see, there's Biden, Pete Buttigieg or Buttigieg or whatever his name is. Amy Klobuchar, Bernie Sanders, and then the Republican nominee, Joe Walsh, and Donald Trump. Those are the only names that I recognize. Based off of what I know, which, like I said, is not much, my opinion could change once I do more research. Amy Klobuchar is probably the person that's getting my biggest vote right now. But like I said, that could change. I don't know if it will, but I do not know that much about any of the candidates. So, um, I do want to hear from you guys. I do have the live chat open on my screen. I don't know where it is down here for you guys, but I'm assuming it is over here. I could be wrong, but it's open for me. Make sure you leave your, if I'm still streaming when you're watching, make sure you leave a comment every once in a while in the live chat. Actually, kind of surprised I've been going for half an hour already. Just as a reminder, this live stream is brought to you by Gilbert's Video Productions in Apple Valley. If you guys want to link to the Facebook page of the person you want to talk to, if you're interested in booking something with I just noticed my mustache is like different color right here than it is right there. Anyway, if you are interested in doing something for like after parties, boat shows, family pictures, music videos, modeling pictures, modeling videos, pregnancy pictures, wedding stuff, sex videos, all that stuff. Prices range from $65 up to $500. My best bet is or my best piece of advice would be to use the link that I'm going to provide. Um, Contact him to set up a time of when and where to meet. If they're located in Apple Valley, Minnesota, I'll try and include all the information that I know. Of course, this is all information that I was given by, I don't know if it's the owner or I'm assuming it's the owner, but one of the employees, basically. Anyway, moving on to a little bit less political-y stuff. I'm going to be talking about this version of the Teen Titans. I'm not sure if you can really see the picture with all the glare, but it's the live-action one that was on the DC streaming service. I've seen the first season. I haven't seen the second season yet. I've not seen the second season. But the first season follows basically Dick Grayson or Robin, Corey Andrews, Rachel Roth, and Gar. And basically it's revealed that Dick Robin was one of the original Titans, along with the half Amazon Donna Troy, and crime-fighting duo Don Granger and Hank Hall. After the Titans reform, the team is joined by Batman's new partner, Jason Todd, and assassin Rose Wilson. It says here, I'm just reading through this to kind of give myself a reminder of what happened in the first season. It says here, in the first season, Rachel comes to Dick for protection from dangerous forces pursuing her, which leads to them meeting and teaming up with Corey and Gar. The heroes eventually learn that Rachel is being targeted by her demon father Trigon, who seeks to enslave the world. Sounds like a nice guy. The season also depicts Dick's efforts to distance himself from his mentor and his Robin persona, while Corey struggles with a bout of amnesia that leaves her unaware of who she really is, which I didn't really like about her character in this first season. Granted, it left for a plot twist that I kind of saw coming. There was a twist that I saw coming. I'm not going to spoil what it is, just in case there is somebody out there that wants to see Titans that hasn't seen it already. There is a plot twist in there that revolves around Starfire, or Corey Andrews, as she's known in the show. And it says here, I haven't seen the second season yet, but it says here the second season focuses on the official reformation of the Titans, as Dick leads a new team composed of Rachel, Gar, and Jason. It says here, the Titans' return, however, leads to the re-emergence of feared assassin Deathstroke, whose prior conflict with the original team caused their disbanding. As Deathstroke attempts to eliminate the heroes, the original Titans are forced to face him again. It says here there's Brenton Thwaites as Dick Grayson, Robin, Nightwing, whatever you want to call him. And he's the leader of the group. Then there's Anna Diop. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that name right. As Corey Anders, an extraterrestrial royal from the planet Tamaran, who has the ability to absorb and redirect heat. Tegan Croft as Rachel Roth, an empath born to a demon father and human mother, demon father being Trigon. Ryan Potter as Gar, the I forget his name in the comics and stuff, or his alias. I know he's got an alias. But basically, he became a shapeshifter who developed the power to transform into animals from a drug that cured him of a lethal disease. He previously lived with the Doom Patrol before joining the Titans team. Then there's Curran Walters as Jason Todd. Connor Leslie as Donna Troy or Wonder Girl. Minka Kelly as Dawn Granger or Dove. A vigilante who serves as a tactical counterpart to her partner and boyfriend Hank. Then there's Alan Richson as Hank or Hawk, who is the aggressive half in the vigilante duo of him and Dawn. Esai Morales as Deathstroke. Chelsea Zhang as Rose Wilson. Apparently, I haven't seen her yet because she appears in season 2 as Deathstroke's estranged daughter. And then there is Joshua Orpin as Subject 13, aka Connor, who is a genetic clone of Superman and Lex Luthor. Oh, Superboy. Possessing the abilities and personality traits of both. The character was previously portrayed by body double Brooker Muir in the first season. And then recurring characters: Rachel Nichols as Angela Azarath, Rachel's biological mother. Seamus Dever as Trigon, an interdimensional demon with the power to destroy worlds, and Rachel's father. Reed Birney as Dr. Adamson. Jeff Clark as Nuclear Dad. One of my favorite story arcs was the Nuclear Family arcs. But there's Jeff Clark, Melody Johnson, Jenny Ross, and Logan Thompson as the Nuclear Family. Ian Glenn as Bruce Wayne in season 2. Actually kind of looking forward to that. See how they pull him off. Michael Mosley is Dr. Arthur Light. I've heard that name before. Chella Man is Jericho. Natalie Gumede as Mercy Graves. And Demore Barnes as William Wintergreen. So, wait. I thought I recognized that name. Apparently, Marina Sirtis was in Titans TV show as Marie Granger, aka Don's mother. Don. Which one is Don? Control F. Don. Huh. Don is Dove, and Marina Sirtis played her mother. I did not know that. I'm going to have to rewatch season 1, see if I can pick up on that. For those of you who don't know, this goes back to what I was saying about Star Trek Voyager. Marina Sirtis actually played let's see here. I forget her character's name in Star Trek. Deanna Troi in Next Generation, I think it was. I'm getting everything. Yeah. It was Star Trek Next Generation and a few other. It says here she was in Star Trek Next Generation, Star Trek Picard, which is another Star Trek series that I need to watch. Let's see here. After the end of Star Trek Next Generation in '94, she continued to work regularly. She provided the voice of Demona in the animated Disney TV series Gargoyles in 1994. Her Next Generation co-stars Jonathan Frakes, who played Commander Riker, was the voice of David Xanatos. Brent Spiner, who played Data, and Michael Dorn, who played Worf, also lent their voices to the show. Oh, I didn't know all those people were voice actors for Gargoyles. That was one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. Let's see here. Home. Right up at the top of the page. Nationality British American. Television. Oh, she's been active since, at least for TV series, she's been active since 1977. Gargoyle, Star Trek Gargoyles, Star Trek Voyager, Stargate SG-1, Star Trek Enterprise. Isn't Star Trek Enterprise the prequel to the original series? Enterprise. Star Trek Enterprise, titled simply as Enterprise for its first 2 seasons, is an American science fiction TV series created by Rick Berman and Brannon Braga. It originally aired September 26, 2001 to May 13th, 2005, spanning 98 episodes across 4 seasons. The 6th series in the Star Trek franchise, it served as a prequel to Star Trek the Original Series. The show is set in the 22nd century, 100 years before the events of the original series, and just prior to the formation of the Federation of Planets. I was right there. Following the culmination of Deep Space Nine and with Voyager scheduled to end, UPN asked Brannon Braga and Rick Berman to devise a new series to continue the franchise. So I do have a question. If Star Trek Enterprise is set 100 years, what was it? What did I say? It was Control F, and D. Set 100 years before the events of the original series, which in itself was set still almost as much time before Next Generation was. So if it was set that much further ahead of the original series, so almost 200 years before Next Gen, how is Marina Sirtis still playing? Yeah, is she playing the same character in um see if I can find it. It says here she was playing Counselor Deanna Troi in Star Trek Enterprise. So, Betazoid lifespans. I know Marina Sirtis played a Betazoid. Humanoid telepathic race from the planet Beta Z. Externally, they're similar to humans, with the only noticeable difference being the eyes, where in Betazoids, the irises are completely black. Once they reach middle age, a female Betazoid will undergo a physiological change known as the phase, during which sexual drive is increased by at least 400%. Females usually live 160 to 175 years, and males live 150 to 165 years. So my question is, if Enterprise was set 150 to somewhere between 150 and 200 years before Next Generation, and lifespans for those characters in Star Trek universe are anywhere up to 175 years generally. How is Deanna Troi still alive in Next Generation if she was portrayed by the same actor in um, Enterprise? So I'm going to look it up. Star Trek Enterprise. What did I say her name was? Marina Sirtis. See, this is exactly what I meant at the beginning of my live stream when I said I had a little bit planned, but not a lot. Home, Marina Sirtis, IMDb, Star Trek Enterprise. Excuse me, I burped. Yeah, it says here she played Counselor Deanna Troi on IMDb in both Enterprise and Next Generation. Alright. Star Trek chronological order. Star Trek Enterprise, seasons 1 to 4. Let's see here. So it takes place. Enterprise takes place 100 years before original series. F, Next Generation. Uh, Star Trek Next Generation. Enterprise and Enterprise. Star Trek. Let's see here. Next Generation and Enterprise. So TNG. Star Trek episode star date. So, says here, listed Star Trek episodes in chronological series. ENT is Enterprise. So, episode Star Trek Enterprise episode ID 6101. Which was let's see here, April 16th, 2151. And then 2364. So over 200 years. Yeah, so there's over 200 years between Discovery and Next Generation. If that's the case, between those 200 years, Marina Sirtis's character should have not been around. Unless they did some sort of like flash forward or flash back with Marina Sirtis's character recalling some sort of whatever she learned. So I just think that's interesting, though. Interesting in the fact that well, I just find it interesting. I don't really know why. Let's see here. Yeah, so I just had somebody contact me on Facebook. Um, with a suggestion. I'm going to see if I can get them to join. I'm in the middle of recording my live stream on YouTube. Coming out. And see here, come over here, copy the link. And post. Also, here's the see here, so there's that. Meeting up with Eric tomorrow. And Travis Gilbert. He's the person I mentioned about the kind of promotion of like cross promotion of me promoting his stuff, him, doing whatever. He says it's still waiting on me. So, of course, that was at 8:39, which is just now. And I've been going for an hour and 7 minutes according to this. Didn't think I'd be going that long, but of course I didn't think I'd be going half an hour talking about Star Trek. So there is that. Anyway. Leave a comment in the live stream and I'll give you a shout out. Yeah, somebody on Facebook said that they're loving the suspenders. I told them to come over here and leave a comment on the stream. See if they do it. I've spoken about politics and Star Trek and Titans TV show. Looking for more viewers and more suggestions on what I should talk about. Oh, that's odd. I just noticed my viewer count went from 1 down to 0 and then back up to 1. So I've been going for almost 75 minutes. Anyway, I'm up to 2 viewers now, according to this. So welcome to whoever joined, whoever's in there. Leave me a comment in the live chat and I'll get to it. I'll give you guys a shout out. So let's see here. Oh, all right. Somebody says that they'll send some information on the topic that they want me to talk about. So, also, Travis, if you're watching, try and find a way to leave a link to your Facebook page so people can get in contact with you about the services and stuff if they're interested. That way they can set up time and a date and all that stuff to meet with you if they are interested. So, let's see here. Let's look this up here quick. I thought that's what they were talking about. Somebody's telling me in Facebook to talk about a certain topic. I wasn't really sure how to pronounce their name because I wasn't sure how it was spelled. And let's see here. They gave me part of a quote though that they want me to read off. See, one of the quotes that I found when I looked up what they sent me was a quote from a talk at a meeting with Chinese students and trainees in Moscow in 1957. Something on the correct handling of contradictions among the people. February 27th, 1957. Let's see what it says here. All right. And read through everything, make sure I understand what they sent me. Uh, all right. Well, I want you guys to let me know what you think of this. It says here the intellectuals often tend to be subjective and individualistic, impractical in their thinking, and irresolute in their action until they have thrown themselves heart and soul into mass revolutionary struggles or made up their minds to serve the interests of the masses and become one with them. Hence, although the mass of revolutionary intellectuals in China another tab open, so I got to find where I was. It says, hence, although the mass of revolutionary intellectuals in China can play a vanguard role or serve as a link with the masses, not all of them will remain revolutionaries to the end. Some will drop out of the revolutionary ranks at critical moments and become passive, while a few may even become enemies of the revolution. The intellectuals can overcome their shortcomings only in mass struggles over a long period. I am not going to say who that's from. I want to see if you guys know who that is that said that. I'm not going to say who it is yet, but I do plan on saying who it is eventually. I'm going to go get a knife or a pair of scissors or something to cut this open quick. I will literally be right back. Find something. I don't know anything readily available yet. This will work. Well, but I've had it working. I doubt it will work. But I've had this kind of stuff working in the past. Stupid stuff. I've got this hard plastic case with a SD card reader for my blogs. And I'm going to try and open it using a nail clipper. I've had that kind of stuff work in the past. Let's see if it works this time. Seems to be working. Although it's not quite working how I expected. Not quite working as fast as I would have hoped, but it's still working. I'm not complaining. And the only reason I got this SD card reader is because yesterday I wound up getting this camera. It is a Canon PowerShot ELPH. What? It's an PowerShot ELPH 190 IS. Let me know what you guys think of it. If you've used it, if you know anything about it. It is. I've had PowerShot in the past for vlogging, and it is definitely something that I really did like using in the past. Let's see here. There we go. Got it out. And now, this is going to be set there. Set this. over here with me. And let's see here. SD card reader. Plug into that SD card slot, or that USB slot. And see here. Oh, for the people who are going to be watching this in the vlog, I did a live stream today. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of these, hopefully, in the future. Subscribe if you haven't. Anyway, take that out. Plug it in here. And that one's a media transfer cable. And I know that I'm not sure about this one. This is going to be set. And now I get to plug my phones in. The cord goes to the smashed phone. And this cord plugged in here and goes to this phone. So yeah, let's go back to the page I had open. Go back to the other quotes that I found. It says here for the quotes. There was that one quote I read off probably 5 minutes ago, give or take. Another quote is says here, we must help all our young people to understand that ours is still a very poor country, that we cannot change the situation radically in a short time, and that only through united efforts of our younger generation and all our people working with their own hands can China be made strong and prosperous within a period of several decades. The establishment of our socialist system has opened the road leading to the ideal society of the future, but to translate this ideal into reality needs hard work. There are some good points in that, in the fact that you can't change the country overnight. Um, you can't change the situation or I guess it says here, we cannot change the situation radically in a short time. Only through united efforts of the younger generation and all our people working with their own hands can a country be made strong again within decades. It may or may not take several decades, but it definitely will take a little bit of time. Um, you know, basically to change everything in a large area. I'm fixing my hair. Anyway, yeah, it does take time to change a country, regardless of who you're voting for or, who's in control. But it says here that was on the correct handling of contradiction. No, yeah, the correct handling of contradictions among the people. And that quote was from February 27th, 1957. And although I am not really, 100% familiar with who said it, I have heard the name. Let's look it up here before I say anything. Let's see, the person that said it was born December 26th, 1893, in Shaoshan, Hunan Province, China. Served as the chairman of the People's Republic of China from 1949 to 1959 and led the Chinese Communist Party from 1935 until his death. His Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution were ill-conceived, according to this website. And again, I haven't really done any background research, so I'm just finding out about this Leap Forward. It says here's Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution were ill-conceived and had disastrous consequences, but many of his goals, including stressing China's self-reliance, were generally laudable. Let's see what that word means. Laudible. Laudable. It says here, deserving praise and commendation for an action, idea, or goal. So it says, although his Great Leap Forward and Cultural Revolution were ill-conceived and had disastrous consequences, his goals were laudable. He died on September 9th, 1976, from Parkinson's disease. Excuse me. Anyway, I burped. I cut off part of what I was saying. He died on September 9th, 1976, at the age of 82 due to Parkinson's in Beijing, China. He authored many books, among them on guerrilla warfare in 1937, on New Democracy in 1940, and Quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong, 1946 to 1976. See here, in 1966, he made his political return and launched the Cultural Revolution, appearing at the gathering at the Yangtze River in May of 1966. In May of 1966, the 73-year-old swam for several minutes in the river, looking fit and energetic. Message to his rivals was, "Look, I'm back." Later, he and his I cannot speak today. Later, he and his closest aides choreographed a series of public rallies involving thousands of young supporters. He calculated correctly that the young would not remember much about the failure of the Great Leap Forward and the subsequent famine. In a classic autocratic method to gain control, Mao Zedong manufactured a crisis that only he could solve. Mao told his followers that the bourgeois elements in China were aiming to restore capitalism and declared that these elements must be removed from society. His youthful followers formed the Red Guards and led a mass purge of the undesirables. Uh, prevent repeat of the rejection he received during the 100 Flowers campaign. He ordered closure of China's schools, and young intellectuals living in the cities were sent into the countryside to be re-educated through hard manual labor. The revolution destroyed much of China's traditional cultural heritage, as well as creating a general economic and social chaos in the country. It was during this time that Mao's cult of personality grew to immense proportions. That's Mao Zedong, and his authoritarian father, Mao Zedong, was a prosperous grain dealer, and his mother, Wen Kamai, was a nurturing parent. Yeah, I don't really know that much about. I'm gonna have to look at before I give any like whatever opinion I have. I'm gonna have to look into this more. Um, but as I say in any sort of post that I make online, I normally don't talk politics because it tends to get people heated. So I suppose this video is probably the most I'm going to be talking about politics because I suppose that's what more people are telling me to look up. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in the chat. Let's see what happens in the comment sections when this becomes just a regular YouTube video. So I'm going to try and avoid any sort of politics if I can help it. That's the only what I've said in this video is, the most that I've said in any video, or basically what more than what I've said to anybody about politics. So I'm looking forward to Anyway, I am looking forward to actually getting more people to join this live stream and future live streams. So, let's see here. Chat with somebody else. Anyway, I am actually kind of surprised at how long I've been going. Honestly was not expecting to be going this long. So thank you for all the topics, for all the people who have, even if it hasn't been here, even if it's been on my Facebook page. Thank you for um, giving me the topics. Thank you for giving me stuff to talk about. Thank you. Thank you for the topics to talk about. I am looking for more stuff to talk about. Anyway, I am. Uh, anyway, if I don't get more viewers by the time my timer on the computer hits 2 hours, then I'm going to end the video or the live stream then. So that's what, another 20 minutes or so. 9:13, 9. So about 9:35, I'm going to stop recording unless I get more people in here. I'm just going to check my game quick. There's a game called Idle Planet Miner. Basically, get a bunch of planets, and you get to mining them. It's I've had people ask me whether or not it's like Minecraft, and not really. The only similarity is that you wind up mining ores, but because of the game, it's a lot different than Minecraft overall, and it is one of those idle games, and you actually earn money for the ore that you mine instead of just mining it to use it for other stuff. So, granted, you do wind up getting the stuff, like once you mine it, you're able to use that stuff that you mine to craft other stuff, but you also are able to sell it for money. So, da, 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 da. Let's see here. Just gonna watch this ad quick to give myself $13 million in the game. 13 million not real dollars. So while I'm waiting for more people, I am going to go grab what is left of my pack of Newports and go, I do have something else that I need to do as well. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. If you do wind up hearing it, you'll be able to know what it is. So I will be right back. If there is somebody watching this stream, share it. Get people to watch. Where's the trash? There's the trash. See here. Red. I guess I don't. Let's see here. What am I gonna do? I am back. So I'm gonna be filming this stream for at least another 13 minutes, at least. I do want to, I do want to say something. After I get this cigarette lit up, I do want to. All right. I did find a couple cards. For those of you who don't know, I do play Magic the Gathering. I found a couple cards recently that I forgot I had. First is Niv Mizzet Perrin, Perun, or whatever it is. Oh, hey, new viewer. Welcome. Uh, if you're able to leave me comments in the live chat, I'll see what I can do about replying to it in the video. But first card I found from MTG that I found that I forgot it. I forgot I had it. Niv Mizzet Perrin or Perun or whatever it is. And Eric, I know you're going to be watching this at some point. Tell me if I'm saying that name right. Let's see here. I've got an app that tells me about how much it is. It says it's $1.37 for that version of Niv Mizzet that I have. Next is Nicol Bolas Dragon God, Planeswalker. $10. Completely forgot I had those cards. And it got Niv Mizzet 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I'm going to delete 3 of them since I only have 1 of each of those. But between the 2 cards, they cost $11.37. 37 cents. It says here somebody commented on a photo that I shared. Let's see if I can pull it up. So I took a picture, put it on Instagram, and had it auto share to Twitter and Facebook and one other place. I forget where else. Tumblr, I think. But I took a picture of my laptop that I'm recording on now. It is an HP Pavilion gaming laptop. I took a picture. It automatically shared to Facebook, and I had 2 people comment. Uh, one person says, "Congrats, Corum," and the other person left a comment. I believe it's in Hebrew, but I'm not 100% sure. It is Hebrew. Surprised I was able to pick that up. Basically saying congrats. So thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. I'm up to two viewers, and I've had one person one person have it open pretty much the entire time, with the exception of a few seconds. I'm assuming it was the same person the entire time too, but at most, it's my video spiked up to 2 viewers. This is the first like I've had in an hour and 52 minutes. At least it says an hour and 52 minutes on the timer going at the top of the live screen right now. Hiccups. Anyway, for those of you watching, I don't know if you saw what sodas I had, but I've got probably half a can of Dr. Pepper, and I've got however much that is left of a 1 liter or 1 1/4 liter of Mountain Dew. Should I combine them into a cup and drink them on live stream? Also, I was thinking about actually doing a few challenges on live streams. Let me know what you guys think of that for those of you watching. So I do want to hear from you guys, either in the comment section or the live stream, whichever shows up for you, whether you're watching this as a stream or not. Also, Hellboy. Should I talk about Hellboy in an upcoming live stream? Because I did see the newest Hellboy movie. So if I do wind up talking about it, I'm going to have to rewatch it. I do remember I did like the Hellboy movie, but in my opinion, they did try and do a lot in the movie, like quite a bit. Um, so granted, it was quite a bit of nothing, basically character setup, if I remember correctly, which, assuming they remember that for any sequels, they shouldn't. Any sequels that they make should be better, hopefully. And with that cigarette, I'm gonna go back to Facebook, see if I can find a few other things to talk about quick. It says here you can only pick 2, and what are you picking? Number 1 is $10,000 cash immediately. Number 2 is a brand new home, but you can never sell it and never move. 3 is unlimited free medical care for life. Number 4 is free rent or mortgage for 6 months. Number 5 is a brand new luxury car. You can never sell the luxury car or own another car. Number 6 is a perfect credit score. Number 7 is unlimited airline tickets for life. And number 8 is free groceries for 5 years. If it were up to me, I would pick $10,000 cash immediately and free groceries for 5 years. That's me. What would you pick? Again, again, the choices are $10,000 cash immediately, brand new home, but you can never sell it, never move, unlimited medical care for life for free, free rent or mortgage for 6 months, a brand new luxury car where you can never drive another car and never sell or own another car. Number 6 is a perfect credit score. Number 7 is unlimited airline tickets for life. And number 8 is free groceries for a year. And here's the thing. First thing that came to my mind, number 7 with the unlimited airline tickets. Whatever I'm seeing on the screen here on my Facebook page is it does not specify whether the airline tickets are free or not. That's still an option either way for me, regardless of whether I pick it or not. I'm assuming they mean unlimited free airline tickets for life, but yeah, I'm mixing my sodas that I have, half Dr. Pepper with another sip. I'm risking it. I know a lot of people are going to yell at me for this, but I set my cup down on the laptop while I opened up my bottle. So about half a cup of Dr. Pepper, and about half a cup of Diet Mountain Dew. I do not have a sponsorship from either of those sodas. Although I want one, I do not have one. So, let's see how it tastes. Cheers. I do not know what I think of that. Honestly, I don't know what I think of it. On their own, I don't mind either one of them, but combined, it's like I. It just tastes weird. It doesn't taste bad necessarily. It just tastes weird. Also, let's see here. I'm about to talk about that topic. So I do have a question now. This is a question that kind of went around on my, you know, social media feed for a while. I don't know why, but it went around on my social media feed for a while. Um, if if Wolverine got a circumcision Woody grows foreskin back. Anyway, so if Wolverine in the comics, like X-Men comics, if he got a circumcision, would his foreskin grow back? I do want to hear from you guys. I do want you guys to let me know, would his foreskin grow back if he got a circumcision? Also, I did have somebody uh, ask me, do I like the Cake TV show? Or they said, do I like Cake the TV show? Let's Google it. Cake the TV show. Cake is about a teenaged version of Martha Stewart. Cake stars as the host of Cake TV, a public access TV program about arts and crafts that is filmed in her garage. On the show, Cake and her friends teach viewers how to add a little imagination to arts and crafts projects. Two things to say about that. One, I've never even heard of the show. Never heard of it. Can't have an opinion on it if I've never heard of it. And two, imagination. SpongeBob meme. Yay, SpongeBob. That was my attempted. So, um, that foreskin topic though, the X-Men thing. Somebody suggested that I talk about foreskins. So I'm like, check out the stream, check out the live stream. I'm going to talk about it. And somebody sent me a screenshot of a Ray William Johnson video of him holding a gun saying, "Fuck it, I'm going to say it." Oh, and I talked a bit about the Cake TV show. Go to the notifications. Oh, wrong show. Apparently, that Cake TV show is the wrong show. That's the only Cake TV show that popped up. Unless it says here is Cake on FX. Let's see what that is. Got weird pictures of cake with a knife. It's like a cartoon. Cake is a handcrafted assortment of bite-sized content served up to viewers as a tasty treat for the mind. Still never heard of it. This carefully curated half-hour weekly show on FXX features both live-action and animated comedy programs of varied length that are equal parts thought-provoking, laugh-inducing, artistic, authentic, and raw, not to mention totally jiffable. There's something for everyone and plenty to go around when Cake premieres Wednesday, September 25th at 10:30 Eastern and Pacific on FXX. Huh. Doesn't really say that much about it. But it looks like, as of when I'm recording this, there's a bunch of episodes that are on the FX website, and those episodes expire in 66 days. So, all right. Looks like I found the right one because I just had a comment telling me it's on FX, and I'm assuming that the TV show that I found on FX matches the one that this person was talking about. Uh, excuse me. Let's see here, Cake FX IMDb. Says there's only 6 episodes. Let's see here. Let's see what the IMDb description of season 1, episode 1 is. No description on IMDb. All right. Well, I've never heard of the FX TV show Cake. I haven't heard about it, but I am going to have to watch it at some point. I will watch it. I have a list of TV shows that I need to watch. I will add Cake to that because fat boys love cake. I am fat. I don't know. It's I'm assuming it's because what little bit of description I found for it was said that it was a thought provoking show. I have a feeling I am going to like at least aspects of it. So I've not heard of it. That does not mean I'm. So I want you guys to let me know what you think of this. But when I watch an episode of Cake, do you want me to do a review of each episode as a stream? Also, they asked if I watched Gummo. I have not yet. That is also on my list of stuff to watch. Let's see here. In fact, I'm adding those to my list right now, just so I am 100% clear, because I've had kind of a big list of stuff to watch. Is Gummo a movie? I think I remember it being a movie, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is Gummo a movie? Also, let me know, just so I have that list. If you guys are watching right now, let me know a bunch of different movies that I should watch. I do want to hear from you guys. I do want a bunch of different movies and TV shows and stuff that I need to watch. So I would really appreciate it. Let's see here. I will look it up actually just to make sure. Gummo from 1997 is a Gummo is a 1997 American drama film written and directed by Harmony Korine, starring Jacob Reynolds, Nick Sutton, Jacob Sewell, and Chloe Sevigny. So that definitely does sound like an interesting, or from what I saw. I'm gonna look into it again. Let's see, Gummo, 1997. In Paris, a young American who works as a Michael Jackson look-alike meets Marilyn Monroe, who invites him to her commune in Scotland, where she lives with Charlie Chaplin and her daughter Shirley Temple. Oh, it does definitely sounds like it's um, definitely sounds like it's a topic that could be interesting. Uh, It says here uh, there's somebody there's an actor or an actress in the movie called Darby Dowtry. Her character in the movie is Darby. So anyway, yeah, I've got several lists of movies right now. Uh, I'm gonna pull them up, see if I can say what they are. So there is the list of movies to watch. Then there is, and that's just a general list of movies to watch. Then there's all of the MCU movies and TV shows. Then there's the all the DC movies and TV shows to watch. So between those three lists, I've got definitely well over 100 movies and TV shows that I need to actually get to. Oh, they left a yep. So it looks like I did find the correct version of Gummo when I looked it up, because the picture they sent me matches up with a picture that's on IMDb about it. In fact, I think it's the cover for the movie. So, anyway, so with a list of movies, the let so with a list of like the DC movies and TV shows, um, I've got a total of 105 movies and TV shows on that list, and that's just the DC movies and TV shows. Then there's the list of MC uh, or Marvel movies. And it doesn't have to be the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. So it can be anything ranging from like the recent Thor movies to all of the older Fantastic Four movies to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, all of those. Um, that list is 45 movies. So just between the Marvel and DC ones, um, that's 150 movies and TV shows that I need to watch. Combine that with the other list of movies that I'm and TV shows that I'm trying to find. That is well over 200 movies and TV shows. I have a lot to catch up on. Yes. Anyway, with me going back and forth between two windows, I'm kind of going all over the place with the topics that I'm talking about. So, but I do want to go back to something that I talked about at the beginning of the live stream. Ronald Dumpf. Uh, I'm not sure how accurate all of these things that I'm finding are, but it says here, this is Politico.com. It says impeachment transcripts reveal a consistent, damaging narrative for Trump. Goes on to talk about Rudy Giuliani was President Trump's enforcer, circumventing official channels and bewildering professional diplomats as he pressured Ukraine to target Trump's political opponents. Again, I don't know how accurate that is. But basically, it's going on to talk about like impeachment stuff. Trump. Then usnews.com, there's a list of the where would Donald Trump land on a list of the worst presidents. That one's not loading up. Here's the article I said that I wanted to talk about at the beginning of the live stream. This is from the Midland Daily News, ourmidland.com. The article says, or at least the headline for the article says, Minnesota researchers to amass spleens as deer season begins. That was written at 6:38 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, November 6th, 2019. So today. St. Paul, Minnesota. Oh, it's an article about Minnesota. It says here, Minnesota wildlife researchers will be collecting deer spleens this weekend as the state's main deer hunting season begins. The Department of Natural Resources Defense, I cannot speak. Minnesota, the Department of Natural Resources researchers are hoping to harvest at least 800 spleens from white-tailed deer that were collected from hunters for a study that examines the level of neonicotinoids. Let's see here. Let's see what it says here about what those are. Neonicotinoids are a systematic, learn to speak. Neonicotinoids are a class of neuroactive insecticides chemically similar to nicotine. Makes sense. In the 1980s, Shell and the 1990s, Bayer started work on their development. The neonicotinoid family includes acetamiprid, clothianidin, let's see, there's acetamiprid, clothianidin, imidacloprid, tenprium, nithiazine, thiacloprid, and thiamethoxam. Hopefully I'm saying those. Let's see here, acetamiprid. It says is an organic compound with the chemical formula C10H11Cl N4. It's colorless, or it's an odorless neonicotinoid insecticide produced under the names Asail and Chipco by Aventis crop scientists. Clothianidin is an insecticide developed by Takeda Chemical Industries and Bayer. similar to thiamethoxam and imidacloprid. It is a neonicotinoid. Imidacloprid is a systematic insecticide that acts as an insect neurotoxin and belongs to the class of chemicals called the neonicotinoids, which act on the central nervous system of insects. So if it affects the central nervous system of insects, what's to say it's not going to affect other animals the same way? Which, you know, probably why they're testing all the spleens and stuff for deer. I am actually going to get the link to the article. It should be popping up in the live chat. So that is interesting, to say the least. You get the rest of this later. Neonicotinoid. See, it's a neuroactive insecticide similar to nicotine, which I know is in the cigarettes that I'm smoking right now. But nicotine, it says trade names Nicorette and Nicotrol. Addiction liability, high. Dependence liability for physical is low to moderate, and for psychological dependence is moderate to high. Formula for nicotine is C10H2, C10H14N2. Molar mass of 162.23 grams per mole. I have no idea what the molar mass is, even though it's something that we covered in chemistry when I was in high school. Oh, yeah. All right. In chemistry, the molar mass of a chemical compound is defined as the mass of a sample of that compound divided by the amount of substance that is in the sample, measured in moles. What is a mole? How much does a mole weigh? The mole is the base unit of amount of substance in the International System of Units or System International, defined as exactly 6.022140076 times 10 to the 23rd particles. Let's see if I can pull that up and see how many actual 6.022 14076 times 10 to the, where is the caret symbol? That weird upside down looking V. There's 10 to the 23rd. 6.022140076 times 10 to the 23rd. It says here, oh, it rounded. Does not give me the exact number, but it is the Avogadro constant. The Avogadro number is sometimes denoted n or n to the zero or n sub zero, is the number of constituent particles, usually molecules, atoms, or ions, that are contained in 1 mole. And it is dimensionless. It is named after scientist Amadeo Avogadro. That's for the Avogadro number. The Avogadro constant is written as n sub a or L, is the factor that multiplied by the amount of substance in a sample, measured in moles, gives the number of constituent particles in that sample. Its numerical value is defined as being the Avogadro number, and its unit is the reciprocal of mole. Still doesn't explain how many. Granted, I'm sure I could write it out. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Let's see here. Hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, quadrillion, quintillion, 602 sextillion, 214 quintillion, 76 quadrillion particles. That is a lot of stuff. That is a lot of stuff. So let me know if you knew that about the Avogadro's number, or if you're not sciencey enough for the Avogadro's number. So, oh, I got 2 likes. To whomever gave me the 2 likes, if you guys are still watching, which I highly doubt you are because I got 1 viewer, but to whoever gave me the 2 likes, I want to say thank you. So, anyway, I'm running out of stuff to talk about, so I'm kind of rambling on about random stuff. Not like I was doing that to begin with. Uh, I burped again, but I'm running out of stuff to talk about, and I've been going for 2.5 hours about. So I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you to everybody who watched. And just remember, um, this stream was actually brought to you by Gilbert's Video Protection. I will actually copy the link right now, just so I have it. That way, you guys can visit the page if you want more stuff, or if you want to find out more about the services and everything and all that. You just go to the Facebook page that is linked either in the chat right now, or go down below in the comments section or video description, or both, once this video goes public instead of me streaming it. Have a good day, night, or whatever time of day it is.